When I jumped into the rabbit hole to research barbed wire, I found way too many interesting things down there for just one video. So this is part 2, fun and interesting facts. Number 1, if you want to hit the jackpot, you need manufacturing and marketing. The United States issued over 500 patents for barbed wire designs between 1860 and 1874, but none were mass-produced and marketed until the 1874 version by Joseph Glidden. Those prior inventors really missed out. During the 18 years before the patent expired, Glidden received around $1 million in licensing fees. In today's money, that would be approximately $35 million. That's not enough to get you a seat at the table with these guys, but you could carve out a pretty nice lifestyle out of that number. Number 2, don't get caught cutting fences in Texas. In 1883, during the fence wars between free-range cattlemen and landowners with fenced property, the fence-cutting damages for the year were estimated at $20 million. In response, the Texas legislature passed a law that made fence-cutting a felony, punishable by 1 to 5 years in prison. Number 3, the first border fence. From 1909 to 1911, the U.S. government built its first international border fence along the California-Mexico border. The fence was made with barbed wire and intended to keep cattle from crossing the border. Number 4, the second border fence. In 1924, the Border Patrol was created and installed more barbed wire fence along the border, this time to prevent people from crossing. Number 5, there is a museum dedicated to barbed wire. The Kansas Barbed Wire Museum in La Crosse, Kansas, is dedicated solely to barbed wire. Number 6, people counterfeit barbed wire. There are some avid barbed wire collectors out there, and they must be very wary of people counterfeiting rare variations. Even then, they still can't collect all the variations because most of the hundreds of patented designs were never manufactured. Number 7, there is an annual barbed wire festival. The Kansas Barbed Wire Museum in La Crosse, Kansas, has been hosting an annual barbed wire festival since 1967. It's a multi-day event and looks like quite the party. Number 8, there is a world champion of barbed wire splicing. The contest is held during the annual barbed wire festival. No tools are allowed. Ouch. And the spliced wire must be able to support a suspended 75-pound weight. Number 9, Kansas had a hard time with fencing laws. In 1855, Kansas passed a law that livestock could roam free, and it was a farmer's responsibility to fence out the livestock to protect the crops. In 1929, the law was reversed, and it was the responsibility of the livestock owners to keep the livestock fenced in. However, many counties did not adopt the 1929 law. Kansas did not officially ban open-range livestock statewide until 1986. Number 10. Earliest known military use. It's unclear when the first military use of barbed wire was, but British Army manuals from the 1880s describe how to string it around perimeters. Number 11. Barbed wire's first military defeat. Barbed wire was defeated by the tank in 1916. Number 12. It's used to deter thieves until they steal it. Barbed wire is frequently used to secure areas and prevent theft. However, when the railroad was expanding westward and tracks ran through grazing land, the railroad was required to run barbed wire fences along both sides of the tracks to keep the livestock off the tracks. People were stealing the barbed wire as fast as they could put it up. The thieves could not be prosecuted because the stolen wire looked just like any other barbed wire and it couldn't be identified. The railroad had to start using a special variation where one of the wires was square instead of round, so the stolen barbed wire could be identified, which stopped the theft. I've got a sneaking suspicion that the people stealing the barbed wire were probably the same ones that lost part of their property to the railroad through eminent domain. Number 13. Luxury car manufacturers are not fans of barbed wire. In 2010, Norway outlawed the use of barbed wire in new fences. As a result, Luxury car companies like Rolls-Royce and Bentley seek out hides from Norwegian cattle for their leather interiors because those cow hides have fewer scratches. Interestingly, they also favor cows raised at higher elevations where mosquito bites are less frequent. They definitely prefer pampered cows. And that wraps up the 13 facts on barbed wire. I hope you learned something interesting.